Greetings everyone, I'm Jen the Curious Cloud. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do a walkthrough of the Steampunk Tarot. With my lovely glary camera. So this is by John and Caitlin Matthews. There are a couple of different Steampunk Tarots. This is not the one I thought it was when I bought it. I got it for $8 from Half Price Books. And excuse me a minute, I forgot to take off my rattly bracelet. I talk with my hands too much to wear anything rattly. But yeah, so there are I think 3 when I checked versions of the Steampunk Tarot. This one obviously is this one. It's not the really common one that I've seen walkthroughs for all over the place. So just be aware of that. This one is different. But I actually started this walkthrough a few days ago, and my phone crapped out on me halfway through, and I got really annoyed with it. So I haven't tried it again since. So we're gonna, hopefully this will work. I didn't flip through the rest of the deck because I wanted my reactions to be as fresh as possible. So the first part of the deck I've seen, but the last part of it I have not. So this is the book. It's a nice, lovely, meaty book. It's got a ton of pages, 160 pages, and it's divided into a bunch of different sections. It's got, I don't know if this is based on some sort of world that's already been constructed, like a book series or something like that, because the world building in this book is amazing. It really seems like it is part of a fictional world of some sort, the way that it's explained. I've not flipped through it other than what I looked through in the last video, which died. But it's got like a thing here. It says the adventure begins, and it's a little intro. And it kind of talks about, I think it talks about yeah, steampunk and kind of what it is. I've never really been a huge steampunk person, but I thought I'd check this out. And then it talks about, this section is called Imitations of the Imperium. And so this is where it kind of talks a little bit about kind of the world that this is a part of, I think. And it has a manifesto. Where'd it go? So yeah, I'm not sure. I think this book will be very interesting to read, see what it's all about. They do have, they have renamed almost all of the major arcana. There's a list here, so you can see what they have renamed them, and I'll go through that as we flip through the deck. They've also renamed the suits. So the suits, for the swords, we have airships. For the wands, we have engines. For the cups, we have submersibles. And for the pentacles, we have leviathans. A little iffy about that one, but we'll see. And then for the court cards, they call them legates. These are the legates of the Imperium. The page, we have the messenger. The knight is the navigator. The queen is the lady, and the king is the captain. So yeah, and it goes through they call it the language of the machine, and this kind of describes how the cards are kind of laid out and all that kind of stuff. It's got a little chart of all the cards in here, and just all sorts of information that I really have not looked through a lot, but it's a lot. It's got complementary opposites in here, pairings that it talks about, all sorts of interesting stuff. And the other cool thing about this book is that for the, I think it's just the majors, yeah, for the major arcana, it's got here, it has the card and just kind of lots of different things, information about it. It has gate of opportunity, gear change, and blockages to clear, and then it has a little bit of steampunk wisdom here. But the thing I really like, it's got a spread for every major arcana card, every one. And it's a different one. So this is the Aviatrix is the High Priestess, obviously, but the Aviatrix Revelation spread. And then the Empress is the Empress's Cornucopia spread, and that one's a little bit different. So that's really cool, and I can't wait to flip through this and really dig into this book. And then it's got, goes into the minors. The minors, you just get 1 page each. And it's got a lot of the same stuff. It has personal lifestyle, interaction, impact, and then steampunk wisdom down here. And so lots of that kind of stuff. And then it calls it blueprints, but it has a big list of spreads. There are several spreads in the back, and they're extensive. Lots of lovely information, and it gives you a sample interpretation for each one. And what else is in here? This one says telescopic sights working within the Imperium. Not really sure what that is, but it'll be interesting. Looks like it kind of gives you some different information and insights into reading tarot and stuff. And that is about it. But this book just looks really interesting to me. I'm a huge sci-fi fantasy nerd, so that looks cool to me. One thing I'm not a huge fan of, it comes in this little lovely 2-part thing, which I don't like. But whatever, it's not a big deal. It did have little plastic bands around each half. Oh, this isn't going to work. Which I took off already. And so let's dig in. I do have to have the book open to the list of the major arcana, just because I am still learning and I don't actually know them in order exactly. So I have to refer to my little cheat sheet every now and then. But I'm going to attempt to do this with my crappy camera, so we'll see how this goes. So the first card for the Fool, we have the Apprentice. I like that he's kind of staring off into all the lovely stuff, and there's, what is that, kind of like a celestial globe here, and lots of gears and loveliness. The thing at the top says, bicycles left here will be removed. This sign up here. Don't know if that means something, but hey, cool. For the Magician, we have the Technomancer. I think this is a really cool card. This guy, in case you probably can't tell, sort of, he's a person-sized chimpanzee. Don't know what that's all about. I love all this lovely lightning-y stuff. I love the High Priestess. She's called the Aviatrix. I think this is a really cool card. I love how she's kind of hidden and in mystery and all that kind of stuff. So that's very cool. Hang on a second here. Oh, the backs. I didn't show you the backs. So here are the backs. I like this little symbol. I think it's really cool. And it says Deus Ex Machina on here. Kind of nifty. The thing that I don't like is that it's got here, right here, it's got the creator's copyright, which is all fine and well, but even if you wanted to trim this deck, it would still be on there. Not a big fan. But they are reversible if you read reversals. I don't. Too much to learn already, so maybe someday. But so this is the Empress. I really like this card as well. I love that she does appear, and it's kind of hard to see in here. It looks like she might be pregnant, but she's not the kind of mother figure, really. I'm not a huge fan of traditional depictions of motherhood. That's just not my thing. I like the plants down here. Very cool. The Emperor. Looks like he's maybe a captain of sorts. It's fine. Whatever. For the Hierophant, we have the Horologer. I don't know what a horologer is. That's how it's spelled. So I'm not really sure what the parallel is here, but I do really like this flower. Looks like a lotus. Pretty cool. For the lovers, we have the explorers. One thing I like about this card is that it looks like up here we've got a couple depictions of, looks like maybe film actors. This to me looks like it's Hedy Lamarr. I don't know if it is. I think that would be pretty cool because she was an actress, for people who don't know, but she also invented what became kind of the basis for Wi-Fi, which is really cool. So I don't know if that's her or not. I haven't checked the book to see if maybe it is. Don't know. For, what is this? The Chariot, we have Triumph. This is kind of a weird card to me because it looks almost like they might be little astronauts or something. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I'm sorry, my camera sucks. But there's that one. For Strength, we have the Engineer. I'm a little iffy about her. At first glance, I thought, oh my gosh, I love her so much. She looks really cool, really strong. But check out her neck. I swear it looks like she's like doing an exorcist thing or something. I don't know. And her arm over here looks a little weird. I don't know, whatever. I think it's kind of cool that the robot or whatever this is, you know, has the 8 on there. That's kind of neat. And I always like decks where Strength is number 8. That's my birth card, so not a fan of decks where they're switched. For the Hermit, we have the Inventor. I like his little kitty cat. I love his little, whatever that is. Pretty cool thing that he's holding there. Fun card. For the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Time Machine. Kind of gives me some Doctor Who vibes here. Interesting there. This thing actually reminds me of the elevator from Willy Wonka at the end. But there's that. For Justice, we have the Brazen Head. I like that she's, hang on. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Somebody was at the door. But I like that she's blindfolded. I think that's kind of cool. She's got her hands out, but there's not like any scales or anything like that, so whatever. For the Hanged Man, we have the Suspension Tank. These give me, Houdini vibes. Kind of looks like he's a magician in a tank or something. For the Death card, I don't like this Death card. He's weird looking. The Death card's one of my favorite cards in any deck. I love the Death cards, and this is just strange. I don't like him. I don't know. I have to spend some more time with this card. For Temperance, we have the Spirit Gauge. Whatever that is. It does look like you've got some lightning down here and some water down here, and it does kind of look like they're being combined up here. So that's kind of neat. For the Devil, now this is an interesting card to me. This is the Cyborg. And I like the fact that he's taking off his little devil mask and he's crying. I just think that's so cool. Like, there's just a lot to dig into in this card. Like, he doesn't like what he's doing. He's got her chained up, it looks like, but it's like he doesn't want to. This is a cool card to spend some time with, I think. For the Tower, we have the Stricken Tower. Standard Tower card. I hate that card, just on principle. This card itself is perfectly lovely, but I don't like the Tower card. I was stalked by the Tower card last year, and my entire life changed at the end of last year. It's just, I don't like the Tower card. So for the Star, we have the Comet, which is pretty cool. Got a little comet down here, a little dude, watching what's going on. For the moon, we have the Moon Voyage. I really like this card, but at the same time, I'm not sure exactly what this has to do with the traditional moon depiction. Whatever. But it's a cool card. For the sun, we have the Solarium. This is a really neat card. I like all the pictures of the flowers and no creepy baby. That is always a good day. And then that's weird. Instead of Judgment, they call it the Last Judgment. But they call this card the Regeneration Machine. This is kind of makes me think of in Stargate, when in the movie, when they go into the little sarcophagus thing that brings you back to life. But then there's like all these people that are watching, and it's kind of a weird card. And then for the world, we have the Cosmic Blueprint. That's cool. Nifty card. Whatever. All right, so for these, swords, we have airships. So this is the Ace. Oh, sorry. Gotta move everything. It's the Ace. Not a big fan of this one. Two of airships. This, to me, really doesn't have anything in common with the traditional Two of Swords. I don't get it. And I kind of like the Two of Swords. It's one of my cards, but no. This one too. Three of airships. I mean, I guess he's jumping off maybe. So, I mean, obviously that's a depiction of despair, but I don't know. Four of Swords. Airships. Sorry. Four of airships. I mean, whatever. My cat's snoring. Five of airships. I mean, I guess it's a battle scene. I didn't notice that the first time I went through this, so, yeah, okay. Although to me that says more Five of Wands. I don't know. Whatever. The Six of airships. I don't remember what all the traditional imagery is off the top of my head, so unfortunately. I have to shift. My foot's falling asleep. See this, I mean, I guess maybe he's stealing the plane. This is the Seven. And I mean, there are these guys with like a flashlight who are running after him, but I guess maybe he's stealing the plane. Not sure what it has to do with Seven, but whatever. The Eight of airships, he does kind of seem like he's stuck. He's marooned. There's not really a whole heck of a lot around him. He's, I can't tell. He's facing away from us, but I can't tell if those are like missiles or I'm not really sure. Nine of airships certainly seems like he's in anguish to me. Looks like he might be watching a ship blow up. And another one, the 10. Ship that says Imperial is crashing, so okay. I'm not sure that really shows mental anguish, but whatever. The Messenger of airships, I like her. I think she's really cool. I like her hair. I like her little book. think that's really cool, like bringing a message. Very cool. The Navigator is the Knight. He's kind of, he reminds me of like a safari leader or something. The Lady of Airships. She's pretty cool too. I'm liking these women in this deck. Pretty cool. And then the Captain of Airships. So next we have Engines, which I don't remember what that is. I think it's probably Wands. Engines. Yeah, Submersibles is Cups, and then Leviathans is Pentacles. So this is the Wands deck, or suit. This is the Ace of Engines. Are those... Yeah, those are bitty little people running all over the place. The Two of Engines. Neat card. The Three of Engines. I'm not as familiar with the Wands suit. I keep calling it a deck off the top of my head, so I'm not sure how much these have in... Yeah, I can talk. How much these have in common with the traditional imagery. This one I do know. This one is the Four of Engines. I don't understand this one at all. Don't get it. I think this is weird. I mean, they do all look happy, I guess. That kind of gives me odd vibes, but, you know, whatever. The Five of Engines. Oh no, that's interesting. Got these two big old robots fighting and everybody's cheering them on. The Six of Engines. This looks very imperialistic to me. I like the fireworks. The Seven of Engines. Got a bunch of people down there all looking up at him. The Eight of Engines. I mean, they are on their high vantage point, I suppose. Ready to take a stand. That's the 8, isn't it? I think that's the 8. I can't remember. The 9. This looks very World War II to me. The 10 of Engines. This looks like a scene out of a dystopian movie. You can see they're all... I don't know if you can see, but there's all these people going back for... Yeah, weird. The Messenger. I am digging these women in this deck, I have got to say. The Navigator of Engines. Interesting. Looks like he's got a little subway map there in front of him. A little person walking on the catwalk in the back. The Lady of Engines. Oh, here we go. We've got some age diversity a little bit going on. That's good. I like her. I like her little book. I'm a fan of the Queen of Wands. I wish she had a cat. There's no cat. I don't see a cat. But I really like that there's a book. Not something I'd really necessarily associate with wands, but that's okay. And then the Captain. Ooh, I like this one. This is cool. This is, we've got our first non-white depiction here. Kind of reminds me of RuPaul, honestly. the way he's sitting. I like him. Okay, next we've got submersibles. This is the cups. I like that it's got the water pouring down. That's a nice touch. The 2, kind of a steamy 2 of cups, but you're kind of spying in on a couple there. This one definitely has the romance angle to it. The 3 of submersibles. No, don't like it. Don't like it at all. I mean, it looks like it's like a peace conference, maybe, like battle stuff in the background. You've got 3 different flags, but you've got 3 men. The 3 of Cups is supposed to be 3 women. I don't know. Don't like it. I mean, yay for peace talks, but the 4 of submersibles. You know that scene in the Goonies where they're playing the bone, piano? That's what this reminds me of. He's sitting there at this lovely little organ. It's got a little, almost Cthulhu looking thing on there, but it's like a little octopus. I like that. The 5 of submersibles. I mean, I don't really know what that has to do with the 4 cups, but he's turning his back on the world, I guess. But 5 of submersibles. I can't remember what the 5 is. What it actually looks like. The original. The 6. Interesting. We've got Captain's Quarters. Looks like he's looking at a picture of wife and baby. Definitely got a nostalgia vibe going on here. The 7 of submersibles. This is kind of fun. I can't remember what the 7 of Cups is. But discovering some sort of hidden cavern is kind of nifty. The 8 of submersibles. Well, it's definitely going somewhere. Oh, that's the 8 of Wands. Alright, hang on. I gotta go back and check. Now that I remember what I'm looking at. Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. The 7 of Wands being the one where he's high on a vantage point. Okay, I got it now. I'm remembering. Okay, anyway. You probably didn't follow that, but oh well. It made sense in my head. So, that's the 8 of submersibles. Definitely going somewhere. The 9. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know how that's supposed to be happiness, contentment. I got nothing. And then the 10. Okay, family. Homecoming. That's certainly a reason to celebrate. We've got the Messenger. Another woman. I like this deck's depiction of women. I think I keep saying that, but I do. We've got the Navigator. I like this one. Reminds me of me staring at the stars. Oh gosh, 28 minutes. The Lady of Submersible. She kind of almost has a mermaid feel going on. I like her little corset thing though. Not that it's practical for swimming, but you know. And the Captain. All right, last. I keep wanting to say deck. Last suit, or whatever it is they call them. This is the Ace of Leviathans. Got a little village in the background, I guess. Aww. The 2. I'm not sure how that's supposed to be balanced, but I guess maybe it's male and female. I like her hair. It's white even though she looks young. The Three of Leviathans. I can't remember what the Three of Pentacles looks like, but interesting. The Four. I could see how you could get maybe a hoarding kind of isolationist vibe from that. The Five. I forget what the Five of Pentacles looks like. Not digging all that pollution, but maybe that's the point. I don't know. The Six of... What on earth is this? I don't know what that is. I think it's pretty cool, but it's weird. Nice little party going on down here and whatever. The Seven of Leviathans. You've got this dude up here and dude down here. 777, I just saw that. The Eight. Working hard at something.